Hey, everybody, welcome back to Voice Spark Live. May your merry bells keep ringing. It is December the 9th, 2021.
You've been waiting all week to say that, haven't you?
I have been waiting. Every time I say it, I have a smile on my face. But no, we had a new bumper there and also a new intro, the intro that we've had for the past couple weeks. But I'd like to give a special shout out to Ben, who's been busting out intros and bumpers.
Thanks,
man.
man.
Ain't nobody's business. In fact, we have an outro for all of you tonight. Brand new, hot off the presses. You're going to love it.
They're
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. No.
Oh, awesome. So let's go ahead around and see if anybody's got any good voice first news. Liam, let me go ahead and kick it over to you first. What's going on?
I don't think I have any news. Do I, Nick? I don't think I have news yet.
You make the news, Liam. Come on, dude.
I mean, I can make up stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, make something up.
Hey, I guess it's not really news, but we had the Game Jam winners last week.
Right.
So you guys should go back and check those out if
Yes.
you haven't already. Emily was there. Nick was there.
Yeah, I watched the show. It was really great, guys. I mean, it was pretty good stuff. I like
Ben,
it.
Yeah, it was
Ben was
amazing.
not there. I feel like Ben seems a little disappointed and upset about that.
A little bit. I was there, but I was in the chat. I was like, "Hey, go guys, go! Yay!"
You know, I like those games that jam.
It was
Yeah, no,
amazing
the-
what they were able to come up with in
Nice.
that amount of time.
You know what? It really is, and that's the cool thing about jams is seeing people create things, and usually under like a tight time constraint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully some of those we'll see those expand out into full-fledged products. I hope so.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, all of our participants have received their prizes along with the judges. So I'm happy that that's all done.
Yes.
Because look, Liam's got his. He's showing it off. Because let me tell you something. It's a logistical nightmare to be like, because you've got all these, some people control this, other people control that. You're like, hey man, I need codes. I need this. I need that. I need prize money. What's going on? So it's a logistical nightmare, but it's all hashed out now. Now what we're trying to do is what's probably going to end up happening is it's going to be about mid-January before we actually get those skills and actions live on the skills store. So once that time frame happens, because we're hitting it pretty close, we have deadlines we're trying to meet over at Wonderword, but in the process it's also the holiday season, and you know how it is.
People are out of office.
Kevin Evans, by the way, writes in. It says good stuff. Yeah, Kevin. Actually, tuned in for Poptail Weekly yesterday as well.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think Cole was there too.
nice.
Cool.
Better call. Kevin was here last week with us.
Yes,
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us.
I believe. Hey, once is an accident, two's a trend, Kevin. Keep that in mind. All right, so Emily, what's up? What do you got?
So Voice Summit happened this week, and I'm sad I didn't get to go because it was so close to me, but I had work. So I am going to rewatch all of the talks, and I heard lots of great things about it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I have no excuse because I'm pretty much in the area, but yeah, the work schedule was just unbelievable this week. Speechmatics, Katerina, she was really nice. She had a quick chat on LinkedIn, and hopefully can get a chance to connect with them. And then there's a few other people that will reach out to me. I will reach out back to you. I apologize. It's just been a crazy week, but I will reach back out to you, and we could, virtually meet and have a drink or whatever, So it's all good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those vids too.
Yeah.
You said virtually meet?
Yeah, why not? What are we doing right now? Let's, how many virtual happy hours did you have?
Well,
Come on.
here's my only thing though. Will you send me the drink and then I'll wait to open it? Or
Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
I mean,
how do you
there's
virtually buy a round of drinks?
yeah,
Wait, what is that? What is the beverage app? What's it called?
Drizzly or whatever it is.
Drizzly, that's it. Drizzly, that's it. And I think we had a guest on here one time. He created an app for Heineken or something like that. I think, right? That was Christian Kvak.
yeah.
He created an app for Heineken
Yep.
and sent my
that's
friend
awesome.
a 6-pack.
Yep. So we're getting a bunch of comments coming in. What exactly is this? Voyeur FYI? VOY FYI? I have no idea what this is.
Oh, are these people that were at Voice Summit?
I have
Voice
no
Tech Summit?
Maybe they're talking code.
Maybe. Hey, just
Oh,
you
it's some of these. It's some of these comments.
Yeah. Are they?
This must be the new. This must be the new thing now. I've never seen this happen.
the new spam.
Yeah, this is the new spam. This is cool.
Mhm.
It's like the new
Classic.
Coke.
it's like the new Coke, but yeah, but we went back to old
Coke.
Coke.
What was that? Coke Crystal or Crystal Coke or what?
That was Crystal Pepsi.
Pepsi. That was it. Crystal Pepsi.
That was gross.
All right. So Ben, what do you got?
Well, yeah, I think I brought it up before we got on here, but yeah, there was a pretty decent article in the Washington Post about people named Alexa, and a lot of our people that we've talked with and had a really great conversation with it, so they're fighting that good fight to rebrand. It was a pretty good article, and then some of our colleagues were actually quoted in that. It's a pretty decent article, and it was interesting seeing the new people, like new people named Alexa once the product really hit nationwide. So it's a pretty big plummet in the naming of that of people of that name. So, but Ahmed, he was in this, and then he also put out an interesting tweet earlier in the week too, and he's like, the thing is, the name is still growing. There's still people that are getting this name worldwide, or being named this, but there's still a heck of a lot of people that really already are, and it's obviously it's a problem. So it's a pretty interesting article. Give it a read. It definitely gives some weight to the fight that those people are putting up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of good, useful data in there. You could read about different. How many people were born before it came out with the name Alexa? How many people were born afterwards?
Yep.
There's a lot of crazy good information in there. So I'd recommend anybody go ahead and give it a listen, because you never know, right? I mean,
it's good to have perspective
Yes.
and
Yeah,
to
for
get
sure.
people's opinions and
For sure.
hear their experiences.
You gotta
For
do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we started switching over to Echo using Echo in the house. So just as kind of putting that to actual work itself at the same time, and giving a little bit of support in that manner. But
Yeah,
I will say
that
this though. I will say this though: the waking is not as crisp. So sometimes you have to say Echo a few times. But
Ooh.
I've noticed that. I don't know, Emily. Have you experienced the same?
I've had a little bit of difficulty, but it's been all right the last.
I'd still like custom wake words. I mean, I think the problem ultimately is you can change the wake word to whatever you want it to be, but like the whole system is still called Alexa, so it's not really solving,
Problem.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, if there was a situation that occurred where, because they have data on this. I mean, it's Amazon. But if there was a situation that occurred where they took all of the devices and they said, okay, 35 of them, 85% of the devices out there aren't using the A-Lady name. Maybe we drop that, move to Echo or something that's more familiar.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. I mean, it's true. They probably have all sorts of analytics we don't know about because, like you said, it's Amazon. So,
Right.
Hashtag
can I say that?
Amazon.
I mean, I guess I can. I'm not employed by them. But, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you affect change. I know, obviously, this goes back to the episode earlier this year. And, I don't want to go down that slippery slope. But, yeah, I don't know how you really affect change.
Well, I mean, I think there's things like this, and then things like what Emily's working on, creating a standardized thing. Okay, these are the ethics that need to kind of be hit. These are the bullet points that need to be hit. And it's just being able to be consistent in that and have other developers and people in business, specifically this business, adopt it and stick true to those. And I think it's gaining weight. I'm sorry, Emily, I cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I think it all comes down to awareness and education.
For sure.
And just the more people know, the more they can make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like user choice too. I mean, I want to have a slew of names that I could use.
Well, and user choice is really important. So, like, I mean, the example I can give is, so my girlfriend has kind of a small apartment, and the house is kind of littered with these devices because you got one in the kitchen, you got one in the living room, you got one in the bedroom. So we've given them different names because literally if I say, A, open this, usually the kitchen hears me if I'm in the kitchen, but sometimes if you're in that sort of space between, I'm not going to start calling Dave Matthews, but if you're in the space between, like it's kind of a toss up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this week, I wanted to talk just a little bit about one of the projects that we had released. I know Liam's going to go ahead and be like, "What? You said don't talk about it, then talk about it, then don't talk about it."
I was going to talk about it. Now you won't.
He's got Brett Favre over here waffling on everything, man.
I know.
I'm going to start, stop. I don't know what I'm doing, but the one of the skills that we were highly anticipating actually got released. And it was the Bard's Tale for Amazon Alexa and also Google Assistant. You can go ahead and check this out today. It's really cool. I mean, I liked how they were able to kind of recreate almost real life RPG elements.
I'm just glad that I can talk about it now.
Yeah, they've we're super excited about it. We think it's going to be a big hit. And the Bard's Tale, you got to give it a try if you're
Tell us about it, man.
Gaming.
Tell us about it.
Well,
listen, it's Bard's Tale. What I mean, I feel like that name sort of speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of
maybe not. I don't.
Bottom line is, you go out to this settlement and you got to find out why there's sinkholes out there and why all this other stuff is happening. But a lot of the stuff, I mean, the voice acting is good. The use of sound effects is good. The UI system is good, where you can actually see, like, how like most skills, they're like, go left, go right, or go south or north or whatever. This actually shows you, and then on the screen, you can see like, okay, if I select south, I'm going to go on this part. And it's almost like your character's moving in a direction that you can see. Right.
So it's got some cool visual elements to it as well. Because obviously when I play these things, and plus too, again, I'm totally blind, so I miss out on the whole visual stuff. But I didn't realize there were some cool visuals going, and that's really neat.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually bring one up, and then that way you guys can get the.
But I mean, for those that aren't in the know, I mean, Bard's Tale is, would you say like 30 some odd years old? I don't know when the first one came out, but I mean, these were games that were like computer games in the 80s. I think they were on the Apple IIe and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
But like just it's a series with a lot of longevity. And so to see, Wonderword and all that pick up that sort of thing is amazing. Like, I mean, what a great way to end the year, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now let me show you what's happening here. So this is the combat system, right? And there is essentially two rows of two, so 4 squares, and you could say like left, back, right, forward, stuff like that, and change the direction of change what square your person's on. By doing that, what happens is it can limit the range of the attacks of other villains.
Okay.
So like, you're fighting these guys on the top of the screen. If the guy at the top isn't going to be able to really hit you if you're on the back square. It takes all of that kind of into account, and it's a seamless voice first experience from the non-screen devices to screen devices. And there's different ways of leveling up and all this other mumbo jumbo, but that's really what it looks like. And to say like attack or move to this block and do this and do that, like, it's really, really cool. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys is what I was talking about as far as moving goes, right? So right here, you could see this sort of like map. And if you would say go north, it would obviously take you north. And if you said go west, it would take you west. So this is an overview map, and then the background will change and you'll be able to like go through and navigate through that area. it's pretty
That's
cool.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
really cool.
And one of the best parts of my job is this. So I'm sitting there today, and my boss, the head of studio, Simon, one of my bosses, I have several, he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, I need you to test this thing, go through, do the purchasing. We just want to make sure it works." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I spent an hour playing it. And I was like,
Wow.
"Okay, I'm a couple locksmith."
It's a great job, man. It's a great
Yeah.
job, man.
Isn't
Yeah,
that great?
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and it was really, really cool. So if you want to see what she's all about as far as being able to game on the device, you can either say, "Hey lady, open the Bard's Tale," or "Okay, the G word, talk to the Bard's Tale." And you can be immersed in this good, not voice first, or voice first experience, but not voice only. So
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
And I mean, this has been like in development for a while. I mean, it's one of those things where it's so hard not being able to talk about it because it's been so cool. And I'm just so excited I could be like, yes, Bart's Tale, play it. This is fun.
It's great. It's great.
But yeah, go check it out, and I'm sure you'll have
So
a
I
lot of
wonder,
fun.
I wonder if Brian Fargo's checked this out. Yeah, I'd love to hear what he thinks of it.
Yeah, I would.
Anyone got
too.
him on speed dial? I mean,
Yeah, let's pull him up.
Conference
Bring
him
him
in
on
right
in
now.
right now. Here he is. So, but
He walks in on stage.
but anyhow, what I wanted to do was being that it was it's the holiday season. I wanted to talk a little bit about stocking stuffers, right? So we are at a point in this holiday season where me and you both know, we all know that there are people on your list that you're like, what the hell do I get this person? Okay. And my grandfather, oh geez, my father-in-law came down to visit us, and he was just like totally pumped up that I was turning on my Christmas lights with my voice and doing this and doing that. I'm like, we can hook those up to your Alexa, blah blah. So I went ahead and I bought him a pack of 4 of the wall sockets.
Oh, nice.
Relatively inexpensive, like $20 for a pack of 4. And you could use them to never have to turn off your Christmas lights again, which is just awesome. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share is the light sockets. I think that's a really cool gift that you could give somebody that they could stick in their house, and it can make a difference.
I remember the days when I think it was the Belkin Wemos were like one of the first ones.
Ooh,
and
I remember those too.
I still have a couple, and they were like $40 a pop.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
I bought a couple of them.
yeah.
Yep.
But it's amazing now how the technology has just changed and evolved. I would have never, thought that I could go get a pack of like 4 of these things for peanuts.
For
Yeah.
sure.
20
It's wild.
bones.
It's wild.
So Emily, you got 20. You got. We'll say 30. I mean, come on. Let's face it. Inflation's reality. You got $30. You got $30 in your pocket. What are you going to buy somebody for, like a Yankee swap or a gift swap? But it's got to be tech related. Got to be towards Amazon, or it's got to be towards smart home. Let's put it that way. What are you going to buy them?
Ooh. Maybe would the dot count, or I guess smart home? That's
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if they didn't have a dot and you think a dot's a good gift,
yeah.
then let's
I
go
think
with the
it's
dot.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would do
So
that.
This is our imaginary Voice Spark Live Yankee swap / Christmas exchange.
There you
Ben, you've got $30. What are you buying somebody?
So I just I shot over a link in our chat. So if you want to pull that one up, there's a couple cool products from Kaza Smart Home. We have these
they
things.
make cool. Yeah.
They're everywhere, man. These are so good. So we just got the outdoor plug, the dual one you're seeing there, Nick, on the screen right there.
It's a 2-pack.
That thing's it's a 2-pack. And here's the thing is you're not just turning the device on. It's a Wi-Fi enabled device. But you could also name it. So plug 1, plug 2, whatever it may be. And that was a really cool one. And then we have the smart plugs. It's funny. I have a little space heater in one of the rooms, and I could turn that on with the A lady. And then the other thing, those bulbs, changing color, you can say, hey, A lady, make it blue. Make the light blue. It'll do that too, or set it to 5% or whatever it may be. So those products, I don't work for that company, but they're pretty awesome. They're pretty rad.
You're like,
Kevin
I don't work for
agreeing
that
with
company.
you.
I don't get any sponsorship from them, but I'm going to tell you what, go out and buy the stuff.
Nick, Kevin agreeing with you, just did it for my father-in-law as well. Thank goodness setup is so easy.
It really
Yes.
is.
So
Yes. The setup has to be easy. It's a definite must.
So I will say this. So we have some Philips lights in the house as well. Actually, the ones that are above me are Philips and Philips Hue or whatever. They have a separate third-party app called a Whiz app. It's okay. It's not as in. I just feel like the setup is a little bit problematic, a little bit wonky, but the Cosmo stuff is just it's super easy to set up, and they work really, 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 really great. But yeah, just if you are looking for a Philips, like I feel like Philips tends to kind of be deemed a better, more superior product, but their IoT stuff is a little lacking. I'd say just a little bit. So,
I hear you.
Anyway,
that's cool. Liam, over to you.
Unfortunately, Emily took mine. Mine would have totally been the Echo Dot. I mean, just because I feel like for a lot of people, it's a good starter.
Exactly.
And it's usually what I buy someone if I don't know what the heck to get them. But the thing is, it works. And listen, especially, and I'm not just saying this because, I got one here. Holding it up again. But I really like the 4th gen. It's really good. I haven't plugged this one in yet. My girlfriend's got one, so I checked it out when she got it, and I really like them. And so these are things that I would definitely get if somebody was like, "Gee, I'm interested in this," or somebody was like, "Well, I've got one, but I'd love one for my bedroom." Like, it's a great gift.
For sure.
Yeah, that's
for
awesome.
Sure. And if I could add to that too, this is I agree with you, Liam. They've gotten a lot better, obviously, over the years, and it's just a really, really great quality one. If you want even smaller, I actually have a couple Echo Flexes. They just plug right into the wall, no wires whatsoever. Nick, you know about that? You have those, right?
Yeah, I get the Flex.
Get the Flex. They're tiny. The audio isn't great on them, but if you need it for an IoT device, or it'll definitely fit in a stocking.
I keep forgetting about the Flex. I mean, the Flex is definitely a really cool option as well, and I think it flies under the radar.
You know what I used to use for testing? Sometimes I can't use it anymore because it was discontinued. The wand.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Wand.
Do you remember Emily? You remember the wand?
I actually don't remember the wand.
So there was this little thing. It was probably about 6 inches long. The bottom would pop off on it. You put the batteries in there. You put it back on. Its sole purpose was designed to scan barcodes and then add that stuff to your shopping.
Oh my gosh, that's too bad because that would be the greatest thing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I'd walk around my house and be like, "Open this up, blah blah blah," and they'd be like, "There's a problem with your skills response." And I'd be like,
Question for you guys: has anyone tried any Echo frames? Like
I have not, but I would be interested in seeing how they work.
They're still, they're a little pricey, but you go anywhere. If you're, I guess it depends on if you have whatever skills you have enabled. If it's something that you could have high level functionality outside in the world, I guess it would be cool, or whatever. I don't know. Do you pair them with? Do you pair it with a hotspot if you're out in the world? You think you could do that? I don't know.
Oh, you know what? See, I think that's the biggest problem with any of this stuff, right? Even with the Ring, you still need your cell phone within distance. I've always bitched about this.
Are they still making the Ring?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because I remember that thing. That seemed very short lived.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I wanted to get one, but the issue that I have is that we have to find a way to get these devices online.
Yeah,
and without being able to have a cell phone nearby.
Right.
And I got to be honest with you. I don't like the idea of let's integrate cell phone towers. The next thing you know, you got to pay another $10 to get your Echo frames on your network or some bullshit. No.
Well, that was kind of the issue with the watch Sidewalk? Originally when the Apple Watch came out.
Right.
Oh yeah. Sidewalk could.
Yeah. Sidewalk could probably do it. That would be cool.
Like you're walking down the street, like, oh, I just want to go get a loaf of bread and some jam, and I forgot my lights are on. Hey, lady, turn my lights off. I'm gonna get some jam.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And not the.
I kind of feel like a lot of that was superseded by the actual app, though. Like I kind of feel like they've realized that more people are just using their phones, so it makes sense to bake it into a phone versus making a separate wearable.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like glasses, I think would be really cool if they could do multiple functions. So, I mean, obviously, being blind, I have a different sort of set of needs than like you guys would. But like, I want glasses that will let me face an object and tell me what it is, that can read text. That maybe if I'm on a call, so on a FaceTime call, I can be like, hey, what am I looking at versus I'm going to hold my phone up and look silly and point it at an object.
I think of like situations where it's like AR, right? So, like if you're walking down the street or whatever, or if Liam in your instance, if you're walking down the street, like I liked what the guys from Foursquare did with MarsBot. You guys know about this? Who work with the AirPods. If you're walking down the street, and obviously it depends if there's enough data in that area, but it'll tell you about businesses as something that's like close to you.
Yeah.
And as you're walking down the street, it kind of like feeds you that information, right? So
there's more and more apps that are doing that. But so the example I use is use Ira, which is a really cool service.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
No, I haven't.
It's essentially it's a service where they're trying to do more stuff with AI. They're doing a lot more with just remote assistance right now. But essentially, you have a trained agent on the other end of the line, and they are trained how to give you information. And so it's the idea is that there's stuff that AI just can't do, and there's questions that AI just can't answer that a human can.
Right.
And so like yesterday I used it in Walgreens, and so I had my phone up and I'm holding it in my hand, and the guy's like, okay, you're facing this aisle, roughly 20 feet is going to be the end of the aisle, turn right, okay, you've got the pharmacy in front of you, and there's chairs and people, but where glasses would be really cool is being able to wear a set of glasses and being able to say, hey, I'm wearing this set of glasses, and now what you see is naturally what's in front of my face versus having to hold up a phone.
So kind of like a screen reader for your ears.
Kind of, but it's another human being. So like it's not, none of it is, again, it's not AI, it's all remote assistance, but everyone's trained, so like they're actually taught the best way to give directions, give instructions, what to say, more importantly, what not to say. But it's an amazing service. I've used it for so many things. Usually if I'm out in a store, I'll use it to get to, like, if I need to go to the pharmacy or whatever, I'll use it for that. Or there's so many uses for it. Last year when I was on location filming the car commercial in my hotel, I had to use it to get to the ice machine to fill my ice bucket so I could drink my free champagne.
Gotcha. No, that's why. Pop champagne, man.
Yeah.
No, this is cool, man. This is really. I'm checking out the app for the first time right now. This is amazing.
And it's cool because the people that get hired actually are paid per hour to do this.
It's great.
And you'll do everything from like helping someone navigate a shopping mall to helping somebody read the directions on the back of a box of like macaroni and cheese. There's been a lot of really interesting uses for it. I used it once when I was at a hockey game to get to my seat, and it was really kind of funny because like someone's like, do you need help? And like, so I had a guy walking along with me, but I'm calling out all this information that I'm finding because like I have someone in my ear going, oh, you're past 110. And oh, look, there's a snack bar to the right. And I'm like, hey, dude, there's a snack bar over there. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, there's a voice in my head telling me everything.
Oh my God. Liam listens to voices in his head.
But it's very cool service. And I realize that totally derails, but
no.
No, that's awesome.
Amazing.
I had no idea about it.
It's funny because if you stop to think about it, it just uses technology that we already have, which is video calls. But somebody went, how can we leverage that technology to like make, like put it to work for people?
That's what it's about at the end of the day, right? Right, Liam? It's like, okay, here's the problem, we're solving it. Like it's that simple, you know. That's awesome, man. That's a really really great app. I'm glad you brought it up because this is exactly what it needs to be. And hopefully, like if there were in the future, with the glasses that we were talking about, like ways to be able to leverage that for help with through technology. And obviously this is Ira's definitely doing that, and maybe there's a continuation of that with the glasses.
So Liam,
Yes.
I want to let everybody know out there, with absolutely no prompts, Liam selected a skill for us to review tonight. Liam, what's that skill that you want to let the world know about?
Well, I couldn't find much, so I just found this little skill. It's called the Night Before Christmas. And you open it, and it's just it's a reading of the Night Before Christmas. Oh, it's by Voice Spark. So this is the best skill ever. Ever.
No, so what was funny about this was before the show, we were like, hey, did anybody bring any skills? And Liam's like, yeah, I tried this one out, the Night Before Christmas. And I'm like, is that the one with the guy that, sounds kind of like monotone? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's my skill. He's like, really? So he went back and took a look at it and was like, oh, authored by Voice Spark.
I mean, so, honestly, listen,
not intentional.
I'm going to tell you this. It does what it says it does. It reads you the Night Before Christmas. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Like it works. It does what it's supposed to do. I think that's cool. Personally, if I were going to listen to the Night Before Christmas, I'd probably search it maybe like on YouTube or something. Mm-hmm. As a joke, I was actually going to record the Night Before Christmas in the Scully the Skull voice. Because I think there's something,
I miss Scully.
I think there's something really interesting about 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. That I think gives it a new dynamic. And
now, would you parody it? Would you parody it and like throw stuff in there? Like,
no, I would read it as it was.
Read it as is.
And his belly shook like a bowl full of jelly. But you have to put those really uncomfortable,
Emily, what do you think about the Night Before Christmas?
I mean, I haven't tried the skill, so I don't know how it goes. But I think it's a classic.
It is. Indeed, it is. It is a classic. So now we do have one more skill that we want to take a look at tonight, and it's called Christmas Kindness by Geek Girl Marketing and App Development. And this was the one that Emily brought to the table. Emily, can you tell us a little bit about it?
I just thought it was a cute skill that kind of brings some joy, and it gives you an act of kindness that you can perform if you ask for it. And I think we could all use that.
Definitely.
So.
Speaking of which, before the show, you asked me, or I asked you if you knew who made this, and I said I'd tell you on the air. Noel Silver.
Oh, okay.
My question was like, is it Geek Girl Academy, like someone from there? Okay.
No.
So since it's Christmas related, I have to ask: is this the first Noel? Why do they keep me on the show?
We love you, man.
I mean,
it's just we just love Scully.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Interesting thing about this is like this was one of the first ones, like one of the first skills, like within that first year time frame. This was like one of the first. So
wow.
Yeah, something to keep an eye out on. The highest claim to fame I ever had was I was one of the first 2,000. I saved the T-shirt that says I'm one of the first 2,000 skills produced. So, yeah, that's my claim to fame. But yeah, this will give you. I think they're real simple too. It's like, it almost kind of like reinforces like polite manners, like open a door for somebody.
Yeah.
Say, tell somebody, have a good day that you don't know. Pay for somebody's latte that's behind you in the drive-through.
But it's really those simple things that make all the difference.
Yep.
For sure.
And that's the thing. It's that snowball effect. You're nice to somebody who's nice to somebody who's nice to somebody who's nice to somebody. Boom, world peace.
That's it.
There you go. We solved
it's
it.
not a hard thing. If we could just do more of that, I think it would be, a better place.
I agree.
All right. As I take a sip of water.
Are you like trying to talk with the water?
I was. I don't know what I was doing. So, hey, quick question here, though. Well, not necessarily a question, but the thing that I like the most about these Christmas episodes is they're a little bit loosey-goosey. They're a little bit different. And plus, it allows me to really get into my own, right? Like, I love Christmas. So, Christmas questions for the final 10 minutes.
Oh, we did this. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite Christmas experience, excluding gifts?
Ooh. We
And
went.
don't say your first Christmas with your husband.
No, we went on a Christmas trip to Italy, and that was really, really fun. Yeah, it was just so much festivity, and I just got to spend time with my family, and it was a nice vacation.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Cool. Liam, what about you?
My favorite Christmas memory was when my family went to Paris and I got left at home, and then Joe Pesci tried to
I just watched that.
I'm gonna kill you, kid.
No, honestly, I got to be honest with you. I am not anti-Christmas, but Christmas has never been great for me. So I don't really have any. I mean, I guess, I guess, okay, yeah. I think my favorite Christmas memory was I was 5, and I know it's a present, but
go ahead.
Listen, I had gotten up on Christmas Day, and my mom comes in my room, and she goes, "Merry Christmas," and I'm like, "Thanks, Merry Christmas," and she drops this thing on my bed, and it walks around and starts licking me, and it's a puppy. And I remember it was great because my mom is like, "We got a puppy for Christmas," and like I just, she's like, and she's the new puppy, and like literally 3 seconds later, I think I just called out Princess. Her name's Princess. And like that was it. I don't know where it came from, but oh my god, that dog lived up to its name. So that's probably my favorite Christmas memory. I don't have
that's
a
a great
lot
one.
of.
And that's a Hallmark commercial, dude. That's not a memory.
Yeah.
Princess.
Oh man.
I don't know. I was apparently really cute when I was little, and I don't know what went wrong. I was telling someone this story the other day. When I was in first grade, they they ask you like, do you have any nicknames? Because they mean like, maybe your name is Michael, but people call you Mike or whatever. Yeah. And so all I knew was that when I was little, my mom used to call me Pumpkin, and she told me that was her nickname. So stupid me goes, my mom calls me Pumpkin. I'm so glad it was first grade, not fifth grade, because they would have all been
Yeah.
Pumpkin. Let's see if we can make a jack-o'-lantern out of you. I mean,
yeah, that'd have been rough. That'd have been rough.
Yeah.
Ben, what about you?
So I will say I feel like tremendously blessed. I've had so many really, really great Christmas memories with family. I proposed to my wife a few days before Christmas that was a few years ago, but just having that kind of family around. We're big Italian family, so Christmas Eve is like the party, the big event, and there's a lot of us. We all get together, and we all coming out of it drunk and smelling like licorice at the very end. I don't know, but my uncle, it's great. If I actually go, he's like, Ben, you got to kick off the toast. So we do toast every single time. So these toasts get progressively worse as we go around, drink after drink.
Nice.
It's those are just so much fun. And this year is going to be a little rough for me. Obviously, you guys know I lost my dad this year, so it's a little bit of a rough one. But I'm gonna pull up a couple of glasses of anisette or sambuca to him, and it's gonna be you make the best of it and
Yeah.
just enjoy those memories really. But I've been pretty blessed over the years to have a lot of really, really great memories with a lot of really great family and friends.
Yeah. So here's a little dirty secret Christmas memory that I have. So I have two stories to share. One is a method, and the other one is a story. So ever since I'm not sure if you guys remember this, Emily. You probably don't. Don't take offense to it.
No.
VCRs. You remember whenever?
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Camcorders came out. Camcorders came out, and there was a big thing. You like hunked on your shoulder.
Oh yeah,
And, like your dad
Yeah.
got one, and he spent like $1,500 in 1987 on it.
for sure.
Well, that same thing happened to me, and my dad got a camcorder, and then a mini cam, and then a high def cam, and he recorded every single Christmas from like my ninth birthday or my ninth year all the way up until I graduated high school.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, then I continued the tradition.
Yes.
So now my Christmas memory is technically all the memories, and I can go back and I can watch a lot of these. So, as my brothers who are all grown up now, I can go back and watch them, cry because they didn't get a certain toy, or or I can go back and watch my
I do
kids.
that now.
My kids grow up through these Christmas memories. Like, my youngest will always say stuff like, "Where am I at? Where am I at?" And we're like, "Dude, you're not even born yet." Like, because the other kid is the age she is now. So it's like, where am I at? So, but yeah. So for me, it's sort of those things.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
yeah,
That's
it's good. But there's memories that weren't recorded that I could still remember very vividly. And my mom, for the longest time, for about 3 years running there, she would do these things where she would hold back a gift, and it would be the gift that I really wanted.
For the very end, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but no. See, I would go up to my father's family's house, which they owned a farm, and I wouldn't get this gift until I came back. So
Gotcha.
the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm crying, complaining, pouting, oh, I didn't get this video game. And then my mom would be like, "Hey, there's a gift over there for you. I forgot to put it under the tree." And boom, there was the
There it
video
is.
game.
Oh.
So what you're
happened.
saying is your mom invented one more thing.
Yes. And I believe it's a little bit psychotic too. I think she enjoyed watching me squirm for about 12 or 14 minutes.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Right.
She definitely did. For sure.
But tell me though, wasn't it so much greater when you got that thing and you were like, "Oh my god"?
You have no idea.
Oh yeah.
I've got a present for myself sitting up in the attic. I already know what it is. I'll ruin it for myself. I'm ruining my own Christmas present. I got my Evercade Versus, which is a retro gaming console.
Oh,
You were talking. I think you mentioned this a little while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So they sent it over. They sent it over from Funko Land. They actually put out a thing at the beginning of November and was like, "Look, you people aren't getting these for Christmas because of the supply chain shortage." And I was like, "WTF?" I was pissed because I bought it back in May. And then I got another email saying, "Hey, just want to let you know your shipment shipped." And I'm like, "What?" So everybody's been getting their systems online. And
right.
so yeah, I'm super stoked. Now I buy Christmas presents for myself
There you go.
and hide them from myself.
Nice.
These
And then, like,
Evercades,
put them
by
up
the
on
way, are
Christmas
so
tree, and then act
cool.
surprised when you get them. Like, oh no, I got 'em.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want to hear something funny? Okay, so this was back in 2016, I think, right? Now,
It was last year.
I'm kind of
Last year.
a wise ass come Christmas time too.
Nah.
I mean, I love the season, as you know. My mother-in-law had us up at her house for Christmas, and I went through all of the gifts and I scratched out everybody's names and put my own on them. So as we
That's
started
amazing.
Yes, as we start handing out gifts, it's my mother-in-law. She's like, "Oh, whatever, Nick, this one's for you," and I'm like, "Nick, this one's for you," and I've got 10 gifts there. She's like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "My name's on it, clearly."
That's amazing.
That's hilarious. I love that. That's so
hey,
funny.
if you can't screw around with your mother-in-law, that's like you got to, right? Got to run her through the ringer.
make her question all of her daughter's decisions at that point, right?
That's exactly right. All right, so I think that just about wraps everything.
We're doing
up.
songs. We're doing songs.
Oh yeah,
favorite song?
Let's do favorite song. Emily, favorite Christmas song? Go.
Ooh, it's the most wonderful time of year.
By who?
Andy Williams.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one.
Andy
Good
Williams,
classic one.
the guy that never looks like he aged. It's
Right.
like he died. He was 80 years old, but looked like a 40-year-old. I don't get it. Andy Williams. Liam, what about you?
Okay, so I got to give my safe for work Christmas song, which would be
He says.
Johnny Cash's version of the Little Drummer Boy.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
oh. Didn't even
That's a good one.
realize that.
Yeah, that's the answer I'm giving on the air.
I accept that answer. It's very good.
Ben, what about you?
I got a couple. I'm weird. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Like even with genre of artists. Hard Candy Christmas, Dolly Parton. Know that one? Pretty good one. It's a sad song. But it's really good. And that was a Christmas album she did with Kenny Rogers. Or no, I'm sorry, not that song. And a whole album with Kenny Rogers. But that was the only song that she did on her own, I think, on that whole album. The rest of them were duets, which is a really fun album. And then my solid go-to is Donny Hathaway. This Christmas. It's always my go-to for real.
Nice.
And then I got a few more. I love Christmas songs. I have them pumping like nonstop.
Me too. You got to, man. It's like the reverse of psychological torture. It's like you want it. You know what I mean?
crave it.
Yeah,
It's that drop that with the water torture, give it to me.
So for me, my favorite Christmas song, I bounce back and forth as like the year goes on, right? Or as the years go on, I'll say something or I'll like something and then I'll like something else. For this year, I think I'm leaning towards Tom Petty's "It's Christmas All Over Again." Like that's a good song. The other song, getting a little country, is the Santa song by the Oak Ridge Boys, which I like it because it's just a fun, giddy up song. And the picture that they show on the Echo devices, these country guys, like one of them has like a giant afro. Like it's just funny the way like 80s fashion was, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm a white guy. I'm gonna have an afro. You know what I mean? Like a big,
That was me in high school, Nick.
like a big burn, right?
It was me in high school, man. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I love looking at those. I love looking at those old things. And I'm going to tell you something else too. If you want a little bit of nostalgia, whatever you do not type in Christmas commercials from any decade into YouTube, because those will come on and you will be like, it's like a flame to a moth, man. I mean, you or a bug to a bug zapper. You're
I just want to see those Clydesdales just trotting through the snow, man, delivering that beer, man. That's what I want to see.
Christmas from Budweiser. All right. So with that being said, we are at the 50th minute. We are a little bit crazy here tonight. So we're going to cap it right now.
We're having fun, Nick. Come on.
We are having fun. We are. It's a great time.
When are we going to be back, Nick? Because, I mean, the holidays are coming up. So is Voice Spark having its break?
It is.
Yes.
We will be back. Let me take a peek here. Let me look at the calendar. The 6th?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think because I know Poptail Weekly, we're doing a break for a couple weeks. So
Yep. And
by the way, I'm just telling him that for the first time, just so you guys know. I just told him that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Oh, really now?
So Kevin said, fantastic conversations. Definitely enjoyed the stream. Take care all.
Thanks for
Thank you,
tuning
Kevin.
in.
And
Thank you, Kevin, for tuning in. No, we, we're going to take a little break from the traditional thing, but maybe I'll hook up with Ben and maybe we can do a little something where we just chit chat about Christmas shit. I don't know.
let's just have a show just about Christmas, man. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm down. Don't make
Listen, man.
promises. Don't make
Listen.
promises you can't keep. I'm
Don't
down.
threaten me with a good time.
Dude, I'm gonna do that. Dude, let's do it.
By the way, I know why Nick got the Evercade for Malibu Beach Volleyball.
Yes.
Ah,
One of my all-time
yes.
truth
favorites.
comes out. The
The
truth
comes out.
Truth is out.
Hey, you like what you like, man. It's cool.
Hey, it to each their own. All right, cool. Well, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. And we will see you on the fly. Does anybody have any closing comments?
Yes, apparently is Malibu Bikini Volleyball.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep.
Emily, what do you got?
It's been a great year, and I've had so much fun doing this with you all. So,
Thanks, Emily.
yeah.
Thanks, Emily.
Ben?
No, just hey, you know what? I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you do. I really do. You're my pals, my buddies, you know, for through and through for all this, and I really appreciate it. Happy holidays. Love you guys.
Awesome. And with that, here's the new outro as promised.